Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 8 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find the rest of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter proportional relationships. And the lessons we are going to cover is find the constant of proportionality from a table, identify graphs of the proportional relationships, find the constant of proportionality from a graph, and write equation of proportional relationships. So what do you know about the proportional relationships? What are the proportional relationships? Okay, please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important definitions and examples as well, right? So proportional relationships are the relationships between two variables where their ratios are equivalent, between two variables where their ratios are equivalent, right? Okay, so let's just start with the first lesson, that is find the constant of proportionality from the table, right? Okay, here it is. Find the constant of proportionality from the table. Okay, just look at the first example. This table shows how the total number of books Manuel has read depends on the number of months he has been part of a book club. Okay, so 7 months and a total in 7 months he reads 7 books, and in 15 months he read 15 books, right? How many books does Manuel read each month, right? So because you need to find the books he read in 1 month is divide the months by the books, right? 7 over 7 is 1 and 15 over 15 is also 1. That means the constant of variation is 1. Every month he read just one book. Got it? Okay, the next value is, this table shows the number of cookies Marilyn can bake in is related to the amount of flour he has. Okay, so cookies baked, scoops of flour 2 and cookies make are 12. Then scoops of flour 3 and cookies makes 18, right? So you need to find the constant of variation. So for the constant of variation, you need to do y over x. So 12 divided by 2 is 6 and 18 divided by 3 is 6. That means the one scoop of flour can make 6 cookies. Got it? Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, this table shows how the total number of books Manuel has read depends on the number of months he has been part of a book club. So how many books does manual read each month? So which is the correct option? You have to do y over x, right? For the constant of proportionality, you need to y over x. You can see here y is the total books read and x is the month. So you have to do 7 over 7 and 15 over 15. So the correct option is 1. That means the book manual read each month is just one book. Got it? So the correct option is 1. Each month he read just one book. Okay. This table shows how the total pages of notes in Henry's notebook depends on the number of hours he spends in class. So time in class is X, that is 2 hours, and number of pages he read is 10, right? So when he spent 3 hours in the class, number of pages Y is 15. Find number of pages. How many pages of notes does Henry take during an hour of a class? So you have to do Y over X, right? Y is number of pages, X is time in class. So you have to do 10 over 2 and 15 over 3. Got it? So 2 times 5 is 10 and 3 times 5 is 15. That means the number of pages Henry read during an hour of the class is 5. The correct option is 5 pages. Got it? The correct option is 5. The table shows how the amount of tape Mary has used is related to the number of presents she has wrapped. How many centimeters of tape does Mary use to wrap each present? So which is the correct option? So you have to do y over x, right? That would be 3 centimeter. This table shows how the total number of quizzes Lauren has ever taken in high school depends on the number of weeks she has attended school this quarter. So number of weeks is 2, number of quizzes is 8. When the number of weeks is 3, number of quizzes is 12. How many quizzes does Lauren take per week? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 4 quizzes. The correct option is 4. This table shows how the cost of Cooper's graduation picnic depends on the number of attendees. Attendees X, 5 attendees, the cost is 10. 9 attendees, the cost is 18. Find the cost per attendee, so you have to do Y over X. That would be 2. The correct option is 2. This table shows how the cost of a corporate team building event depends on the number of attendees. So 3 attendees and the cost is 12. And you have 4 attendees and the cost is 16. You have to calculate the cost per attendee. You have to do y over x, right? For this one, y is 12, x is 3, 12 over 3. Here, y is 16 and x is 4. So 3 times 4 is 12 and 4 times 4 is 16. So that means the cost per attendee is $4, right? So the correct option is 4. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to the next one. The next lesson is identify graphs of the proportional relationship. So how do you identify the graph of the proportional relationship is always a straight line. Okay, this equation describes the relationship between x and y. The equation given is y equals 6x, right? The equation is y equals 6x, right? Let's just substitute two different values of x and calculate the value of y. For example, x is 0, right? Replace the x with 0. Y equals 6 times 0. That means 0. So here is the table of values. See, we put x equals 0 and the value of y is also 0. Now let's just put x equals 1. Then y equals 6 times 1. Replace the x with 1, right? That would be 6. So when x is 1, y is 6. Now replace the x with 2. Y equals 6 times 2. That is 12. That means when x is 2, y is 12. When x equals 3, 6 times 3. That would be 18. So when x is 3, y is 18. When x is 4, y is 24. Right? Okay, let's just see how do we make table. Okay. How do we make graph? Okay. Here is the x values and here is the y values. X is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, x is 0, y is 0. Here it is, right? Then x is 1, y is 6. Here is 1 and 6 here, above, a bit above 5, right? When x is 2, y is 12. Here is 10. So here is 12, right? When x is 3, y is 18. It is less than 20. So here it is. When x is 4, y is 24. That is less than 25. When you draw the line, the graph looks like this. So the graph of the proportional relationships is always a straight line. Got it? Because the constant of variation is same, so it would be always a straight line. Let's just start with the questions, test questions. Okay, this equation describes the relationship between x and y. Y equals 2x is the relationship. Here is the table given. You are given two of the graphs. You need to see which is the correct one. Just match the values to the graph, right? X is 1, y is 2. X is 1, y is 3. See this point, match it to the y-axis. This isn't the correct option, right? This one it is. Sorry. Okay, x is 1, y is 2, right? Then x is 2, y is 4. Then x is 3, y is 6. So that's the correct option. Got it? Option number 2 is the correct option. Yes, that is second one. Okay, y equals 3x. So which is the correct option? Here is the graph 1 and here is the graphs. The values are 0, 0, 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 9. Which option is the correct one? First one or second one? Very good. Option number 1 is the correct option. Basically, you just have to match the values from graph to table. Okay. The equation describes a relationship between x and y equals 4x. The table of values is 2, 8, 3, 12, 4, 16, and 520. So let's see which is the correct option. Which option is the correct one? Option 1 or option 2? Very good. That is option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the equation describes the relationship between x and y equals 6x. The values are 0, 0, 1, 6, 2, 12, 3, 18. So which is the correct option? See, this is the graph 1 and this is the graph 2. Which is the correct option? 1 or 2? Yes, the correct option is second one. Very good. Okay, this equation describes a relationship between x and y. So the values are 1, 5, 2, 10, 3, 15, and 4, 20. Which is the correct option? 1 or 2? Very good. The correct option is second one. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is find the constant of proportionality from a graph. Okay, so now we are given with the graph. We have to calculate the constant of proportionality from the graph. Let's just see how do we calculate the constant of proportionality from the graph. Okay, this graph shows how the total amount of paper Shed's office has recycled depending on the number of weeks since they started the new recycling plan. What is the constant of proportionality? Okay, so just select any 2 points on the graph and calculate their slope. Okay, for example, these are the 2 points, this one and this one, right? The points are this one is x is 2 and 4. Here you have 0, 0. So the graph, the slope is change in y 0 minus 4, 0 minus 2. That would be negative 4 over negative 2, 4 over 2, and that is 2. So that means the constant of proportionality is 2. Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, the graph shows how the total number of quizzes Charlie has ever taken in high school depends on the number of values he has attended school this quarter. What is the constant of variation? Okay, let's just select any 2 points on the graph and calculate the values, right? This one and this one, right? This one is 0, 0, and this one is x is 2, y is 3. Okay, the points are 0, 0, and 2, 3. Let's just calculate the slope. The slope is change in y 3 minus 0 and change in x 2 minus 0. That is 3 over 2, and 3 over 2 equals 1.50. So the correct option is 1.50 quizzes per weeks. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 1.50 quizzes per week. Okay, the next one is the graph shows how the total number of pieces Paco knows how to sing depends on the number of weeks he take voice lessons. Okay, what is the constant of variation? Okay, select any point on the graph. 2 points, right? 0, 0, and the second one is 20, 30. So just calculate the slope, that is change in y 30 minus 0 divided by 20 minus 0, that is 3 over 2, and yes, 3 over 2 is again 1.50. The correct option is 1.50 pieces per week. The correct option is 1.50 pieces per week. Okay, this graph shows how the total number of papers Shed's office has recycled depends on the number of weeks since they started the new recycling plan. What is the constant of variation? So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Option 1. Yes, that would be no. Let's just select any 2 points on the graph. This one and this one. 6 divided by 3, that would be yes, the second one is the correct top. That is 2 kilograms per week, not 3. This graph shows how the cost of Alexa's retirement party depends on the number of guests. What is the constant of variation, which is the correct option? The correct option is 5 guests per week. Very good. $5 per guest. The graph shows how the amount of dough Malia has prepared is related to the number of hours she spent working at the bakery. What is the constant of proportionality? What is the constant of variation? Which is the correct option? That is 2.50, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is find the constant of proportionality from a table, I think. No, the next one is write equation of proportional relationships. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is write equation for proportional relationships. Okay, so you are given with the table, right? You have to write, see how do we write the equation from the table if we are given with the table, right? Let's just start with the practice questions. Let me explain. Okay, here is the table, right? 112, 224. You have to write the equation in the form y equals y mx plus b. So the values are changing by 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. 24 plus 12 is 36, and 36 plus 12 is 48, right? And when x is 0, y is 0, right? It would be y equals 12x and b is 0. Yes, that would be correct option is y equals 12x. Hold on. Okay, you can even calculate b. For the next one, I will tell you how to calculate b, right? Okay, just look at this one. Okay, y equals mx plus b, right? You can see the values are increasing by 23, right? That means m is 23, that is m is 23. You can use any pair of values from the table. I'm going to use this one, right? Y is 23, m is 23, x is 1. You have to calculate the value of b actually, right? That would be 23 equals 23 plus b. Move 23 other side. That would be 23 minus 23b is 0. So the equation is y equals m is 23x and plus 0. The equation is y equals 23x. Right? The correct option is y equal. Okay. Fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation. Which is the correct option? Yes, so the equation is y equals 16x, right? Fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation that gives the rule for this table. So which is the correct option? Which option is the correct one? Very good. So the equation is y equals 10x. The correct option is y equals 10x. Fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation, which is the correct option. Yes, that would be y equals 13x. Fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation, which is the correct option. Very good. That would be y equals 6x. Fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation that gives the rule for this table. So which is the correct option? The correct option is y equals 9x, right? Very good. Fill in the missing number to complete the linear equation that gives the rule for this table. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is y equals 18x. Very okay. You can complete the table lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 8 math. Chapter we're working on is proportional relationships. The lessons we have covered today are find the constant of proportionality from a table, identify graphs of proportional relationships, find the constant of proportionality from a graph, write equation for proportional relationships. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. So you have to do all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? So that's all for today. If you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So please ask if you have any question. Yes, you did very good. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye.